And welcome back to day 13 of Inktober 2020. If you haven't been joining in so far, where the frickin' hell have you been? Because we're up to day 13 and today's prompt is Dune. If you don't know the film, neither do I because I haven't seen any of it, but it has gotten me into wanting to sort of check it out because there's a new TV series, I believe is a TV series, maybe a little short film or new film. I haven't seen it come out in the cinema, so it probably is a TV series that pointed my interest into doing a Dune, because the word today again for Inktober 2020 is Dune. And well, Dune to me screams Dune, the film or the TV series or whatever you would take your references from. Again, I haven't seen the film. I might have seen the film, but it's been bloody years, so I've probably forgotten all about it. But I have checked out a few minutes of the TV series. It's on Amazon Play at the moment, which I've just recently got, so sort of diving into the TV shows over there. If you know about Dune, let me know. If you know of any audiobooks or if there's any music that you would like me to listen to, I've got, as always, got my preset music that I'm going to be listening to. It's from Bat. Sorry, no, it's not from Bat. It's from White Bat Audio. Definitely go and check those out. You'll be hearing that in a minute. But if you're a fan of fan of what I've been getting up to and you have been following me so far, thank you very much for joining me. Again, my name is Bloot084 Art and Games. I will be only using this single pen for sketching out. I will not be using a pencil. The rules of Inktober are that you should draw a single picture from the prompts that you get every single day of Inktober or October, which is 31 days. We're up to day 12 and the day is Dune. But I will only be using this. I will not be using a pencil. Now the rules of Inktober have been bent and been twisted a little bit, so you can use a pencil. But the original thing that I know about of Inktober is that you use the pen to sketch out like you would a pencil, and then you sort of hopefully you get a good picture out of it. I'm testing my skills once again this year to see if I can just draw with just a pen. I mean, I can. I did it all last year, and I've been doing it so far this year. Sometimes they're a bit crap, but I always use a reference. This is one of the reference I'll be using, and obviously I've got some sand dunes and like just pictures of Dune itself, and a wakeboarder. Now, I've got an image. So I've got an image on my head that I want to kind of use. If you have been watching the past couple of days, you'll know. I can't actually show you them because I've coloured them, and I want it to be like a surprise for you guys at the end of the month. I will be uploading every single day that I'm doing of Inktober because I'm recording right now. So Alexa, I'll tell her in a minute. I was setting a timer for 50 minutes, and that's how long I'll record for. But then I'll continue on if the image isn't finished, and I'll record and speed all of that up. And at the end of the month, on the 31st, if not the 1st, I will be putting out a video for you guys to check out every single episode if you don't want to watch the full live stream. It is going to be a long one, but that is because I am sketching. I probably won't talk too much through this one like I normally do. I'll give you a little bit of something, how I'm doing, what I'm doing at the same time. But I probably won't talk too much purely because I need to concentrate on what I'm drawing, because I'm only using pen, and if I make a mistake, I means I've got to change the illustration, or I've got to do the drawing sort of in a different way or things like that. So yeah, I'm going to be not talking too much, but as always, guys, if you want to leave a comment, you can do. The comments will be open, and I will check them every 15 minutes, and I'll be setting an alarm for that in a minute. Before I do, I'm going to quickly check if anybody's watching, because I know a couple of you have joined me so far. Just get YouTube open and get those comments open for you guys to leave one if you wish. If I don't see your comment straight away, I do apologise. That is just because I'm looking down at the page and not looking up. The comments will pop up here, so I will know about them. But I will be looking down here and not looking looking up at the screen here. But hello to Jonesy Andy. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Hello to you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Have you been checking out the previous ones? Do you know anything about Dune, the film or TV series? Again, it's on Amazon Prime at the minute. I need to get. If I thought about it, I should have watched an episode last night, giving me some more ideas. But, yeah, let me know what you think of it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Again, if you want to see the TikTok that I will be creating today, it will be on the TikTok, which is my personal channel, Blut084, BLUT084, not art and games, just Blut084. And that'll be, so you can find me. You put a hyphen or a full stop between each letter and number, and then you'll easily find me over there. I know somebody's left me in the comments. Let's check what that says. You don't watch Dune? Neither did I, mate. Like I said, I haven't watched the film and I haven't watched the TV series yet. I will be going to watch it. Like I said, I wish I watched it now. Thinking, well, should have thought ahead of myself and given myself some ideas. But the Dune idea is I'm going to be doing some Dunes, and I'll be doing a character standing here. I'm not going to do it right in the middle because what I'm aiming for. It's what's kind of in my head is if you've checked into the previous pages, I've got a little story that I'm sort of illustrating and not putting any words to it because I'm just illustrating for these ones. But I am going to be working on my own personal comic for, I don't know, just for fun maybe. I might sell it at some point or see if anybody wants a copy. But it is really just for fun at the minute for me. Where my character called Blut Angel and Morningscape. Blut Angel is the main character of the hero of the story, and Morningscape is his sidekick. If you haven't checked out and you want to find out more about those, go and check out the Creation Station playlist. There you can find how I made them out of polymer clay, how I've drawn them, a little bit about them, and also about the villains, which are why I've got the Dunes. Because in the story that I'm writing, it's a half and half world where you've got the good and the bad, but it's not the normal good and bad. It's this is one universe, this is another universe, and they're sort of colliding, or the planets are colliding and things like that. It's a work in progress, but the planets are colliding, and this side will not. I'm not drawing this, but this side's evil and this side's opposite to this side. So everything that's bad on this side is good on this side. So say if anything was disgusting and minging, you don't want to eat it, or something's gone off over here, they would be like, oh yeah, that's tasty, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, what's that fresh stuff? Get it away from me, kind of idea. Not that they're evil, they're just complete opposite of what's happening on this side. But that's the story, and that's the kind of draft that I got so far. I've already drawn Morningscape and Blut Angel, made that in polymer clay. I will be at the end or beginning of next month be making the villains out of polymer clay, so don't forget to keep tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ding that bell for notifications on when I'll be going live to making those. But as always, guys, I always put out a video after I've done the live stream, just so the people that can just see what I did without me faffing around in the background and talking for about an hour. So yeah, I've got loads of burps, as always, because I've just eaten a sandwich. Let's get some drawing done. Let's get some illustrations going. Keep these comments coming in, guys, and I will happily check them every 15 minutes. I'm just going to put that in the chat now, and I'll set an alarm. Check comments every 15 minutes. Keep tuned. Just in case anybody else tunes in and I can't see their comments straight away. So Alexa, set me a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so we've got a timer set for 15. Let's get my references up, because I'll check those comments again in 15 minutes. So if you are there and you are watching, thank you very much. Keep tuned and see what I draw today. Again, the word for today, or the prompt word for today, is Dune. And I'm going to be doing something similar to this, but I'm going to be putting my own spin on it, like I normally do. I take a reference, do a little similar illustration, and then change it to something else that I've actually got in my head. But I like the idea because that reminds me so much of my own character, especially with the moon behind. I'm not sure if I'll put that moon. Is it a moon or a planet? I think it's a planet. Might be a moon. I don't know. But I'm going to be doing something similar to this. Won't be putting the word Dune in there. Won't be putting any kind of wording on there. Just be an illustration. The drawing's probably put the character there, so he's standing there. And I'll have Dust Skimmer, so villain Vother, You've got Lothar standing here, which is the villain, and you will have we'll have Morning Skate's other, his opposite. It will Dusk Skimmer here, which is the villain's sidekick. Sort of Dune skimming. If you don't know what Dune skimming is, keep watching, because I'm going to try and sort of recreate something similar to this kind of pose here, where he's he'll have his wings out, but he'll be dust skimming across the dunes. And I'll have a nice dune here, so he'll be like maybe flying off at the edge. So he's not going to be large, he'll just be a sort of character in the side. I'm going for more of a silhouetted picture today instead of having to do loads of detail. So it's more of a silhouetted character. So I'll be definitely using more of the Copic markers than normal. But this is my Uniball 0.7 fine line favourite pen. Never use anything else. And then we've got this one. These are my Copic markers. The brands are Touch, that there, BGLM, or N, one of the two, marker, and the alcohol ink. Really good, because I've got fatter end, you've got thinner end. I use the thinner end for thinner bits, and fatter for fatter if I want to use like larger areas, which should hopefully be okay. So let's get that picture of the dunes up. Shall I have a dune like that? Shall I have a dune like that? Or shall I have a dude stand? So a dude's going to be standing here. That's definitely, so he's going to be like in the foreground. So this is the foreground. And we'll have a dune up here somewhere. And then we'll have Dust Skimmer flying off in. We'll probably have like a planet or a moon, because they've already got one and another one, so that kind of makes sense as well. And their planet is, their planet is all mainly dust and sand and grit, and like a Mad Max type world. It's probably similar to Dune here, but more of a Mad Max world. Taking some of inspiration from Rick and Morty, where they did the episode of I can't remember what the actual episode called, but when they go back into like a Mad Max kind of world, and I like to do funnier things than I do more dark and depressing. I don't like dark and depressing, but I like the characters to look semi-dark and depressing, whereas the image of my own sort of personality is like a funny. I like funny. You know what I mean? I like cartoony. I like funny. I like stuff that upbeat your tempo instead of beat you down to a nothing. It's more of my scene. But anyway, that's this. Let's get some music playing. Hopefully you enjoy it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you want to see the TikTok, find me over there. Go and search me over there, because I've put out every episode, because I make a live TikTok every single day, and I will be doing for the next of these months. I can't remember how many days we've got left. Alexa, how many more days of October is there?
And October has 31 calendar days.
I know.
Did that answer your question?
No. How many days does October have left?
Thanks for your feedback.
You suck. Anyway, let's get some music on. Let's get going so I can get illustrating. If you like the music, again, we're listening to White Bat Audio. Go and check them out. Completely copyright free. So if you make videos yourself, these are the people you want to go and check out, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this. So let's get on and do some illustrations. Going for more of a silhouetted thing. What I'm drawing is just going to be outline, and then I'll shade it in afterwards. I'm not going to be putting in any, like, well, I might be putting some clothing in, I don't know. The wind's going to be blowing it this way. I'm just using that as reference, but you'll see the way I'll use it. Putting the shade's going to be interesting. So I'm trying not to put too many lines in there because I want to thicken it out and still show some fabric like I've done here, but only with like a light source. And there's a lot more detail in there than you can actually see. It's like a light source on the highs, but obviously the mask is going to be showing there. So I'll be using a lot of greys and a lot of shading on this one. Got the main picture, main face. Now I just need to put the cloth in. I like the wrapping thing, because the idea of my characters is they have wings, but they kind of don't have wings. They kind of got bone wings, if that makes any sense. So they've got all the bones to the wings, but they don't have feathers and they don't have skin. What they wear over the top of them is that like a I'm just gonna skip this advert. Will you stop? Like there we go, the music back on. Like this character here, he's got like a shroud on, where they also wear a shroud, but their shroud is their fabric for their wings. If you checked out yesterday's video, you'll see what I mean by the fabric. It's a bit of a gruesome picture, so be aware for the past couple pictures are quite grim, but yesterday's was slippery, and the day before that was disgusting, so I kind of went with a theme, and I'm keeping on with that theme. In the next picture, I'm going to try and go back to Blue Angel. But DUNE, they're in sand. I couldn't, but I'm doing the foreground here. I'm going to do the foreground, midground, and then we'll do the, I can never remember what it's called, the behind ground. So we'll have foreground with the main character of the Othar, and then the sand and dunes in the foreground, and then we'll have the behind background. You idiot, it's called the background. The background, like a moon and maybe some stars. Maybe I'll make it a bit darker. I don't know yet. We'll see. I kind of want to make it just silhouetted, so we'll see how it works out. Works out. Before I forget, I'll start doing that TikTok now. Now we can turn it up a bit. Reference again. got legs standing there, but it's only boots, so just a bit of summon there. Yeah. Trying to keep to the flow of the wind, so the wind's kind of going that way. They're not tall, so I don't have to be nuts with the tallness. Of course, I did the pose where he's looking straight at me, so I have to make the feet looking straight at me, which I hate doing. Because I can't draw feet. That's why I draw two-toed people. And they're my characters. I've always liked the idea of a three-hand or a two-toed sort of character, more than bog standard. You know, everybody's got the same. You got the cartoons obviously with 3 fingers, but I also like just 2 fingers, like a Nightcrawler. Notice how I'm keeping the light, keeping off those edges, because that's where the light's going to be hitting it. The moon's going to be here, so the light will be, yeah, whatever. So yeah, the light will be here, it'll be hitting here. Probably be somewhat on the shoulders as well. Shut up. He wears like a brace over his neck, like a pharaoh's type thing. It's not a bad idea actually. Putting like a throw over. I'm going to put a hand here holding his. It's convoluted, but once I've coloured that in, it won't look so bad. Should have put the hand in first before I put the shading in. Done now. Okay, I'm only going for a silhouetted type picture. I'm not thinking of putting loads of detail on this. On the characters, that is, anyway. I will be obviously putting detail in, but in a different way. Normally I would be really meticulous on where I put the lines, but this is just, it's just a literal showing me that that's flowing that way. I can separate that just by putting a darker line in. Alexa, stop. Let's check those comments and give it a record. There's 15 minutes. Let's check what somebody else. What else is people saying? I checked comments every 50. Yeah, that's me, you idiot. I think there is a 19 days left of October. Thank you very much for that, because Alexa's no bloody good. I just started and already looked awesome. Oh, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it, because like I said, these are my personal characters. So if you do like my characters and you would like anything I do at the moment, I'm trying to raise money to buy a new PC so I can get back to some more digital artwork, because my old PC's did the design. So if you are interested in anything I've created from polymer clay magnets to from polymer clay magnets to just polymer clay standing free models. Then we've got illustrations. I have got some digital illustration already made up if you're interested in some of those. And I do some VR rooms if you've got the capacity or memory stick for me to put it onto. Let me know. But if you want something nice and cheap, the best place to go check out is the illustrations and the polymer clay magnets. Let's get back to it. Otherwise, go ahead, buddy. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it there. Okay, Alexa, set me 15 minutes on a timer.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay, that's just so I can cut out that bit of talking there. I will be colouring this later, so if you want to check it out, best thing to do is to check out the TikTok, because that's where I'll be posting it. But if you want to watch the whole thing, wait to the end of the month. Well, you'll be seeing the whole thing, but you won't be seeing the after stream. So the DUNE here, they've got a worm. Again, I'm not using their idea. I'm using their idea, but using it only for reference and not going, oh, I'm going to draw a picture of DUNE. So I'm trying to waver off using other people's illustrations and doing a straight copy of their work, sort of taking inspiration from parts of other purple people and going, that's what's going to go there. So for dunes, do I want something like that, or do I want something like that? I could do a dune, but I want a large dune here. Go off. Let him do it. See, he'll be doing something up here. I've got no. I know what dune looks like, but I want to do the mid ground first before I do anything else, because the mid ground is where Duff Scummer's going to be, but he'll be a smaller version. How would I do a dune that he could be jumping off? Something like. We'll have a few more off in the distance. So if that's the biggest, tallest one, because it's close, we'll have a few wavy lines here to make sure that see the sand. Just trying to give this texture a minute so I can finish the foreground. The front ground. Give us a few dots here and there. Dots help. Could probably do some gesture movements as well, like whoosh, bit of wind movement there. Look, little curl, bit of wind movement. Let's get back onto the TikTok so I can carry on recording on there. Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh, ooh ah. What time is it? 3:30. Uh-oh. 3:30. Okay. Don't worry about a dune. Actually, the dunes have got like a weird, very half and half. I mean, they're everywhere. Like say the dune shading sort of like that. No, this would be shaded. Again, I'm only using pen. I'm really pleased with actually how where I've come from just using pencil and then being able to use pen as well, just to sketch. Because I mean, when I first started drawing, a pen would to me was just like something to doodle. You did a face, you did a little doodle face, and I couldn't do anything further than that really. I like the stars there as well. Might give it a darker background, but how am I going to do that? Now, how am I going to do that? By putting the moon here and having dusk simmer roughly in front of it. I'll do some more dunes a second. Give it texture and depth. Make sure this one's definitely thicker though. There you go. Like so. And same for this one. Because the light's going to be coming over it. So we'll keep to the shading map that I've already put. Oh, adverts. Will you just let me listen to some music, please? I'm listening to a playlist. I'm not listening to every other advert. You swine. Here we got some dunes. I'm going to put in the moon here, but Dust Skimmer is going to be up here. So let's get that other picture of, there he is. Because the idea that I have, Dust Skimmer can't fly because he's got his bone wings, and they can't fly. The only thing they can do is glide across the wind, which there's a lot of, because in my story they don't have any grass or trees. They do have replacement for a windmill, so they have continuous energy coming from the windmills, like you should in the real world, guys. If you're an avid follower of Greenpeace, I mean, I'm not a huge Greenpeace person, but I do like the idea of using wind power. I do like the idea of using wave power. I do like the idea of using any other renewable energy source other than fossil fuels and things like that. I also believe in recycling everything that's possible to be recycled. If you can't recycle, use it for an art project. You're using it in some way. You're not chucking it to landfill. Everything you can, even to clothing, guys. You can make, when you've got some clothing, why not learn how to stitch, how to sew, and make your own clothing out of some old tatty stuff you've got from a thing, or go to the local thing. Buy something that's secondhand. You don't necessarily have to buy something new, because if you check out the fashion people, most of them wear thrifty clothes come from the charity shops. They don't buy new fashion stuff. They buy it just to copy it, to make it, and make it out on someone else. So why not learn a new talent, especially now that everybody sort of still has to stay in. That's enough of me with Greenpeacing, but let's do this here. Again, I'm going to try and silhouette it. So won't need to put loads of detail in, but his wings will be out, and he will be boarding. He will have a board, so his wings will be about here, I reckon. I'm not going to have a string, because the way he propels himself is using his wing flaps, and if he comes off, then he can float and fly off and do whatever he needs. Same for... No, he's got the strength to jump up in himself and catch the air. Because he's the leader of the other side, if you like. Again, I don't want to make him evil straight out. I don't want to say, oh, he's evil and that's what he is, because Evil comes in many forms. I'm almost tinkering the idea with that these are the good guys, and Blue Angel and Orange Gate are the bad guys, but they don't see themselves as bad guys. Kind of similar to what the boys have been doing in the Amazon Prime series. Again, that's a cracking series. I didn't like it at the very beginning because they were turning all the hero stuff that you've learned and you've gotten used to on its head. I'm getting inspiration from all over the place. Anyway, let's draw Dust Skimmer because I would say I'm not too far finished. Just adding in details here and there. So if he's going to be here, it's going to be over the moon, so he's going to have to be here-ish. Start with a little head. And we'll put his arms about here. Arm and arm. Again, I'm only silhouetting it, so we don't have to worry too much. Arm, other arm's there. There's his body. Here. His other leg will be around about here. And one leg bent here, and then bending down. And his board underneath him. There you go, nice little silhouette of somebody boarding up in the top there. What do you think of that? So where he's been scraping from. So this is a scrape line here, where he's been boarding up and then flew off. Again, I'm going to silhouette it so I don't have to put too much in there. Keeping a light source. I think I've gone a bit weird with the wind, but I don't really mind. He says there can't be a full wind up here and a wind down here. No one. Randomize these dots. Getting a bit sandy. Shut up advert because you're taking him out of my zone. I wanted to go down there, isn't it? So he's going to keep coming down. It's going to be there. Okay, we're ready to put that moon in. Should I have a rising moon? Ooh, should I have a rising moon? Instead of having a moon off into the side here, I have a rising moon. So, oh, okay, have I got anything big enough to go around there where it's not going to stain my... Something like... like that. There we go. Now he's got a silhouette. Oh, that turned out better than I thought it would. Beauty job, beauty job. I'm going to turn it into a moon. So, beautiful. There we go. We've added in a moon. Let's Alexa stop. Let's record that. And check comments, because I know you guys have leave me a couple from you. A couple few more. Right, yes, that's very right, my friend. You are completely right, Jonesy. Jonesy? Yeah, Jonesy. You are right, buddy. This is intense. One wrong move and it's ruined. Yes. That's why I was saying at the very beginning that I'm testing my skill to see whether I can draw this without pencil. You know what I mean? This is where I would be if I was just doing pencil. Then I'd be like, oh, stop putting some ink on there. This could be here. This could be here. This could be there. That could be that. This could be this. Oh, we're going to put this. But then you have to decide when you're doing it with pen. I'm like, right, this is going here. Boop. That's going here. Boop. This is going here. Boop. And that's why I go like, before I start any illustration, I go, where do I want everything? Where do I want the things in the foreground? Where do I want things in the background? Where do I want in the midground? Where do I want things? So we've got the foreground, the midground, and the background. That's just somebody texted me. He wants my hand. That's quite good because I think there isn't much I can do to this now, other than maybe put some clouds up on top to make that look less empty. But again, I only wanted to do like a silhouetted type picture today. Do want to do great detail, but again, if you want to find out anything about these guys, then check out the creation station. I will be putting out a full video on each character as I go and make the polymer clay. I'm getting to it. It's more of a, I want to get this done, then I'll get polymer clay done, and then I'll be like, well, I'm sort of running out of steam. I'll do a little, this is how to, and this is what who is. That is too good looking. Oh, should I make it? I'll just put like a bit of shitty red. There you go. Too good looking. But if you're doing illustrations of yourself, have a go, bud. I mean, draw that with pencil, and then go over it with ink. That's how I learned to do ink. I draw everything with pencil, draw over it with ink, and then go, so that's how my hand should be doing, because it's all to do with teaching your hand, or your left hand, or your hand, or your mouth, or your toes. I've seen people draw with their toes, people draw with their mouths. There's no excuse, no, you know what I'm saying. There's no, you shouldn't do it this way, you shouldn't do it that way. If you want to have a go at it, try and do it yourself. I've got many videos on how to draw just simple characters, just the outlines of them, and how to do faces, hands, feet, and everything else that goes on the body. If you want to go and check it out, again, it's the Creation Station playlist, buddy. Just tap in the top and find and have a look around. I'm going to put some... I am going to put... yeah, I'm going to put some clouds here. The clouds can't be behind it, though. So... I thought about it, I could have put cloud in front of it, but can't now, because you'd be ruined. It's like a cloud wrapping around it, but you can't do that because the cloud's obviously in front of them. Clouds just help to break up the area. I don't want to be fluffy or, you know, normal cartoony clouds. I want them to be sort of, well, just scattered clouds. Nothing. They're a nimbus. Small cloud. It helps break up that area as well, and it's not so in your face. You know what I mean? It draws you in to see it more than say, look at this. If that makes any sense. Oh my god, I haven't been doing any TikTok. Oh, people on TikTok are gonna hate me. Let's go back. Again, you can check this one out later on, or as near enough as soon as I've finished the live stream today. There we are. We're past 15 minutes, so that's good. Right. I'm going to be colouring this one on, but not today. I mean, I'm not, well, yes, today, but later on. I'm not colouring it now live, because I'm waiting for somebody at between 4 and 5 to have a turn and look at my motorbike, because I'm trying to sell my motorbike, because either I can get myself a PC or start saving for a one wheel. I really want a one wheel. Can't be bothered with any having to go far. I think we'll go with a lighter grey first. Again, I can be really liberal with it. I'm only using the thinner end because I want to use it as something I can do this with instead of a larger line. It also gives me the freedom to sort of make the little gaps here. If I was going solid line, it would be like, oh, that's all a bit coloured in. This helps to add towards the sort of shaded thing I'm trying to go for. Silhouette, that's the word I was looking for. Again, I'm thinking the light's coming from over here, so... verts, go away. Kind of don't need to worry about that side anymore. It's more of this side's going to get the light. Because the moon's here. Always, when you're thinking of shading, or before you do anything else, think about where you're... you know what? I'm going to get those comments up because you're giving me quite a few comments there. Always give your a point of reference of sunlight, daylight, any kind of light, light bulb, you know. My light source is here, but it could be over here. It could be over here. I originally thought I was going to have it here, so that's why I put the shading on the lighter areas on this side. Still works because the light will be wrapping around him, but it won't be touching these areas. It won't be touching here. It will not be touching here. Because the light will be more like a hand wrapping around. Think of light as it's wrapping around something. That's what I'm sort of trying to do here. What you're saying in the chat. Something so good. It's because, see, if you put shading in, everything looks better with a little bit of shading. Let's go in with a lighter colour now. Lighter grey. Down here. See what it looks like. I'll put his purple in, but not too much of it. Okay, so again we're silhouetting, so that might catch it a little bit. This definitely won't. This here definitely won't catch any light, but I'm going to strip it so it's like that. Again, like that, like that. And here can essentially be dark, really. But I'm doing stripes because it adds, like that's a metallic area, so this will add and help to the that kind of idea. that it's metallic and it's individual, you know, bits of it shining, and where the light's hitting parts of it. And again, down here will not have any lights whatsoever. Bare middle. Down here won't have any light. And probably his face will be, I'd say the light's more this side, so he's not going to have any light on this side of his face. Like that. Not going to cover the eyes because I'm going to put them in red. He'll have light here, but he won't have light here. He won't have light up here. Like that. It's looking very bitty today, the image that I'm showing you. But hopefully you get the idea where I'm coming from. I could go in darker again if I wanted, but I think that's going to be okay. Then we'll have a bit of shade just on the edge here. Like there was on those dunes you saw in the image. Do you know what? I'm going to go with the fatter end. Turn the pen around. Got a chunkier end. Go up there like that. Still going to be getting a little bit of light, but not too much. Ski in, ski out. Or you can dust skim. I was worried when I first started using these Copic markers to shade with, not today, but at the beginning of the challenge, that I would mess it up because I'm using colour to shade with. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. Because normally what I do is I sorry, sneezy. What I normally do is shade it with a pencil and then put the pen on top. Same as I do with the ink pen. Let's give him a bit of shadow, shall we? Who's going to have a shadow like big shadows going this way? All of this. He's not going to have any shadow there, but he will have a shadow there. And the shadow's going this way because of the cloth. Don't have to be nuts about it, just show it there because it's night time. I'll have he'll have a just something showing he's there. Weird, but it works. I say this is my favourite grey out of all of them. Now I'm just getting crazy with it. A few here, show it there, sort of little mounds here and there, like this. And I think do you reckon in chat, do you reckon I should put a bit of shading on the moon? I reckon the moon should stay bright as it is. I put some on the clouds because I just I just want to give them a bit more darker. I've done clouds before and I've not put it on, and it just looks weird without something showing them the clouds. And of course, I made the clouds darker in the wrong position. Oh, what are you saying? I'll wait for that to pop up. Get some warmer greys in. Do you like my music pick as well? Just a quick thing. You a fan of this music? I'm going to be really careful now, because this is where I can mess up. Sometimes I will start putting shading in and think, oh, just put a little bit more, oh, just a little bit more, oh, just a little bit more, and then I end up putting too much in. Just trying to differentiate between the three dunes to show that they are different. Go back in with the darker ones here. Be careful again not to mess this up. I've already done, but this is not dark enough, so I want it to be darker. Again, I'm going for a silhouette type drawing. So we don't need loads of detail on the main characters. It's more about the scene than the actual characters themselves. I mean, that's a bit too dark on there, so I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Excuse me. Okay, that's actually darker. That's okay. It works either way. A little bit here, a little bit here. Makes me want to do a crisscross, but that wouldn't work. Again, why am I putting light here? There's no light here. Too much light everywhere on here. It's got a shiny metal plate, but I don't want it to be too... Oh, it's in your face, he's got a metal plate. You know what I mean? No point shading him, because there's no point. Maybe a bit darker in these corners. A little bit here as well. And we'll go darker in these corners because I made that mistake. I can now got the freedom to really play with this bit. You still get darker areas because without dark there's no light. If that makes any sense. Do this. Not go all the way up. Maybe with this one, do a few insert swirls. Just to see how this grey looks. Because the moon doesn't glow. You probably already know that, but yeah, I'm going to stop there because I'm going to ruin that moon. So there you go. There's one picture, Inktober2020. Today's word was DUNE on day 13. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. There you go, Jonesy Andy. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's video, bud. And don't forget to check out all the previous videos. They will stay up in the video. They will stay up on the channel. But if you want to just quickly if you want a shorter version, check out the TikTok. But yeah, you've watched the whole thing. So thank you very much, buddy. You're I think the only one of TikTok, the only one of that's actually watched all the way to the end. Because some people join me at the beginning, some people join me at the end. But you've watched every minute of every second of today. We have quite a few seconds. So all I can say is thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to click the links that will appear if you're watching back. And I will see you over on TikTok for the coloured version of this. And I'll see you tomorrow for another live stream and tomorrow's prompt for day 14. Hopefully you've liked day 13. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Ding the bell for notifications on when I upload the videos of every single episode. And everything else that I get up to. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.